Welcome to the Class Business Podcast. I'm Krissy Monaghan, your host, and today we are joined by Vicki Wilson, the founder of Vicki Admin Fairy and one of the judges at the Class Business Awards. Vicki runs a multi-award winning virtual assistant business supporting small business owners across the UK, helping bring order to chaos and making business feel lighter and more manageable. With over 20 years experience and a passion for real, accessible, human-first support, she's built an incredible reputation in this space. I am really looking forward to this conversation, so let's dive in. Vicki, it's absolutely amazing to have you here with us today. For everyone who is listening online and watching us online, tell everyone who you are, what do you do, and where do you do it?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm Vicki Wilson. I run Vicki the Admin Fairy. I'm a virtual assistant that helps all small businesses, self-employed, anyone really, who's struggling with an admin within the business. Because as we all know, admin's the one thing that we all leave till the last minute, but it is the most important thing in your business. And very often, my clients are leaving it to the very end. It's like, oh, but can you do this for me? So I'm here to free up your time, because very often you do your admin at the weekend and the evenings, when really you don't want to do it then. So I come along and I free up your evenings and weekends so you can focus on what you want to do and build your own business rather than a mountain of admin.
Perfect. Well, I know every small business owner has a lot of admin in their businesses. So first of all, Vicki, how did you start your business? Like, what made you become a virtual assistant?
Going back to the very beginning, I was working in the HMRC for 20 years, and it was on the cards that my office was being closed down and they were making me redundant. I think I was the only person in that office looking forward to it. I could not wait. I could not wait to be made redundant and kind of get my money and run. Because I knew if I hadn't been made redundant, I'd still be there now. In a job that I'm not enjoying, but getting paid for it. So that made me think I'm redundant. I can do what I want to do now. I didn't want to get an employed job. I wanted to be my own boss. So I started helping my husband in bookkeeping with the admin and all that. And then once I started helping him, his clients came to me and said, oh, Vic, can you help me with my invoicing? Can you help me on my emails? I've got a mountain of emails, I hate them. And I thought, if they're coming to me for all this work, I've got a business here. And it just happened from there. A small idea. Why am I doing this admin as part of my husband's business? I can go out on my own. So it was 5 years this February, just gone. I started, and it's gone now to a thriving business, multi-award winning, and I've gone from small clients to bigger clients, plus the small clients, and it's just gone really massive through word of mouth, no advertising. I do all the work remotely. I have some local clients, but the majority are remote, and it works for me because I can do the work around me. If I have to go out on a day, I can work at the weekends. It's all.
So what, can I ask, what was you doing at HMRC for all those years?
I know. I started off in employer PAYE and helping small businesses do their end of year returns, everything like that. I loved that job. That was a good job. Because I was talking to accountants, everything. But then they moved that department to Newcastle, and they put us on individual personal tax, P45, self-assessment, all that, dealing with the individual. And it was okay, but you got more, I'm not going to say it, yes I am, nightmare clients, where the system wasn't working for them. The revenue processes and procedures had fallen down, so we were picking up the slack to fix the problems. It was a good job, because I enjoyed fixing the problems, but there were so many problems.
Oh, that sounds such a shame. And so, obviously, I think actually you working in HMRC gave you a lot of insight into what business owners were doing in terms of managing their financials.
Yeah. Because starting off with the employers and the accountants, I thought, yeah, this is good. And that gave me the insight into running a business anyway. So I thought, yeah, I could do this. So that gave me the encouragement from when I started to think, yeah, I can do this. Because I've also got a degree in business management anyway. So many years ago, when I got that, I always had the idea then, I'm going to use this degree to run my own business. And I have.
Yeah. And so when you first got your first client, husband was number one client, and then other clients came on board. Yeah. What type of admin jobs were they outsourcing to you?
It started off with social media.
Oh.
They hated doing it. That was one of the ones I started doing, and invoicing and checking their emails and sending the quotes for like ground workers, plasterers, engineers. They're doing the work, but they haven't got time to get the main thing done, which is get the money in.
Yeah, the money generating stuff.
So I was working in the background to get the money in. And then I was also working on social media to get new clients in for them. It just worked well.
And over the 5 years, has that changed? Like, have you seen a change in what business owners now require? What's the change you've seen?
Not in terms of what they require, but what they're asking me to do. Because they know I'm experienced, I'm award-winning, and that trust now is in me. They know they can give me high-end work, and it'll be done. I'm more of a known VA rather than a scary new VA that they're going to be giving their baby to. And what if she makes a mess of it? Oh my God, what do we do? They've got more faith in me. But the work they ask me to do, that's not changed. It may be a bit more on the cloud, but other than that, it's the same work.
It's the same work. And when, like, you talk about bringing order to chaos, what does that look like when you've had to step in?
One of my longest clients that I had him from the very beginning. Well, I've been working 6 months. He's still with me now. He's an engineer, so he travels all over the UK. And his weekends were spent writing the reports up on what he's been doing on the jobs, and then doing the invoicing. And he couldn't keep up with it. He was doing the garden and the new house that he just moved into. So he said, I've got the missus on me back. Do this, do that. I haven't got time to do my admin or anything. I said, no worries, I'll do what you want. So he gave me a spreadsheet. He said, update that with all the invoices that I haven't put on. Well, I laughed. He only put about half a dozen on there. And that was for 9 months. I said, no worries, I'll find them. She gave me his Google Drive, put them all on. I said, how do you know these have been paid? My money's in the bank. I said, oh. I thought, okay. I said, right, if you give me access to your bank, I can tally the invoices with the remittances and the money in. Brilliant. Over to you. So I did it. And I've done it, Jim. We got a problem. Oh no, what's wrong? I said, I can't find 8-9 grand. Oh my God. What do you mean? I said, they haven't paid you. I said, either you haven't done the invoices, or they haven't made it, or they haven't done the invoice. I said, do you want me to have a look into it more? Yeah. Here's my email. Pretend to be me. Okay, I'll be Jim. I can do that. So I did it. Tallied up what was missing. Contacted the companies. And I'd say about 70% of them hadn't had the invoice. He'd done it. He'd done the invoice. He'd done the report. But then he'd gone on to the next one. I'd forgotten to email that one off. Yeah. But the months went by and he'd forgotten about it all. So he said, my God, I am so glad I found you, because within 2 months that money had come in.
It's leaving money literally on the table.
Definitely. And he said, if I hadn't got you, I wouldn't have known. And now I've got it really organised so that if anything's 2 months out of date, I'm pinging the company and saying, I know you've had the invoice. Why haven't you paid? Because now that I know I'm sending the invoices, it's a bit more organised. And because I did that for him, he's given me more work. He got me doing a lot more work, sorting his emails, helping him with accommodation, the bookkeeping. It's just because he's so grateful for me finding the money, he throws more stuff at me. And he even said to me when he came down last week, you know more of my business than my wife. I said, I am a mini you. He said, yeah, to be honest, you probably do know more about my business than me.
You get out there and do his job for him, Vicki.
Yeah, so I've got loads like that who are really thankful for what I do. And they just appreciate it because you're taking the stress away from them. It's everyone's nightmare, isn't it? Oh,
yeah, it sounds like
admin. I hate doing it. I need someone to take it away. And that's why I named it the Admin Fairy. Because I sprinkle the magic on it.
Sprinkle the magic on. So from obviously you've worked with lots of small business owners. What's the biggest admin or system mistakes you see business owners making, and which is costing them time and money? I mean, you said about that chap not having his invoices done. And
quality and keeping up with stuff. Emails are coming in because they're doing the business and getting the clients in, doing the work for the clients. They haven't got the time to do the admin bit that goes with it. So if they separate that off, give that to me, they can concentrate on bringing in clients and doing their job properly, rather than doing admin and the work half-hearted. They can focus 100% on the business and getting the work done and bringing the business in, while I do all behind the scenes and get that ticking over. Because that way they're not worrying about the admin. They know the invoice is being done. They know it's all being done behind the scenes. And if I have a query, they know I can ask them, am I doing this right? Should I really be doing that? And then we can work it out between us. And every one of my clients are different. I treat them all differently because I think, well, it's their business. Everyone's unique. So I don't treat everyone the same. I treat them all differently because they've all got different needs and wants, and it works.
And obviously when people are looking to get a VA, because sometimes you can be a solopreneur trying to do everything yourself, when do you think it's a good time to seek out to get a VA?
I would say at the very beginning, as soon as possible. Because that way, if you don't have them at the start, I can learn with you. I can learn your business as you're growing. We can build your business together. Rather than me coming in when it's all gone wrong, the admin's falling behind, like I did with Jim. Okay, I can fix it, but it'll take a lot more money by paying me to fix it because I'll be putting more hours in. But rather than have me at the beginning, when all those mistakes have been avoided. So I think as soon as possible, or as soon as you start feeling stressed with the admin, feeling it building up, ping me a message.
Yeah, it's time to get a VA.
Yeah.
And this year you're one of our judges at the Class Business Awards, which I'm really excited about. The lovely Emma Hewitt connected us together. Why was one of the reasons that you wanted to be involved as a judge? Because I know you're award winning in your own right.
Yeah, and it's just something that I love doing. I love connecting with other people, finding out what they're doing, and seeing how they're achieving and what their goals are, how they've achieved those goals, and what their journey's been. Because I know my journey, it hasn't been bumpy, but I've had to work around it, and you just do it. And it's just an interesting thing to see how others do it as well.
I definitely will be. And as a judge, is there anything particular you're going to be looking for in the applications when you read them?
I think people just need to show their own personal self, bring their voice out on what they've done in the application. Be honest, be true to yourself. As long as I can see who you are as a person and your passion for the business, passion for what you do, that'll help.
And which awards have you won, Vicki?
I'm in Small Business Saturday. That's small. I was one of the 100 small businesses for 2025. I'm in the Theopathitis Small Business Sunday. That's really good because you get to go to his event every year. I won the Inspirational VA of the Year last year.
Cool.
I won Sandra Garlick's Woman Who Inspires last year for the Inspirational Journey. Runner-up in Freelancer of the Year in the Business Success Awards. Highly commended in VA of the Year PA Forum.
So, wow. Yeah. So hang on, so you're a big believer in awards then? You believe that a good process to go through, good credibility and recognition. So what made you decide I'm going to apply for awards for my business?
Basically, I went to a VA conference back in my first year. I spoke to somebody there, and she entered the awards every year. I said to her, what makes you enter the awards? The way I look at it is, it's a performance review for me and my business. When you work for somebody, every year you have a performance review. You don't get that in your business. You're only accountable to you. And if your performance dips, don't worry about it. If you achieve something good, who's going to praise you? Who's going to give you that? Well done, Vic. You've done well, eh? So I thought, yeah, she's got a point. If I just fill out the form, you haven't got to enter. Just fill the form and go through that process. You can see, wow, have I done all that in that year? I have had a good year. And you can just see what you've been doing in the year. It's a good reflection to use awards for that. But also I found I've got bigger and better clients through this recognition with the awards. Because they see, she got runner-up in Freelancer of the Year and Business Support. She must be good. She must be really helpful. Oh, she's in Small Business 100, top 100 in the UK. She must be good.
Yeah.
It's because you're getting recognition outside your circle. And even with me, it's outside the VA industry. So the whole industry-wide business has recognised me. And it just gives you a bit of self-esteem and a pat on the back that you wouldn't normally get.
Oh, I like that. I like the way you use it as your business performance review. Yeah, that BA who you met had a very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously, yeah, like you said, it's that whole recognition and credibility piece and the whole I actually have done a lot.
Yeah.
Because as small business owners, I feel like we're always striving for the next thing, and you do one thing and then you're like, next, what's the next thing? And we don't look back and go, actually, I've done a heck of a lot this year.
Yeah.
I should be proud.
Sometimes you're like a little hamster on a wheel, aren't you?
Yes.
Over and over, and you feel like you're getting nowhere. Yeah, the money's coming in, but what have I actually achieved?
Yeah.
But then when you do the awards process, you think, I have achieved. I've done it.
Well, we're delighted to have you on board as a judge, and I know whoever's going to be, I don't know which category you're getting because Emma will be deciding all that, but I know they will be a pleasure for you to read because we have a great community who are doing amazing work in their local areas and having that massive impact. Thank you so much for your time today, Vicki. If anyone wants to connect with you, we will put all your links in with the video. Is there a special place that you like to hang out?
I'm on my website.
Yeah.
www.vickyadminfairy.co.uk. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm everywhere.
Okay, cool. So people can connect with you on most platforms.
Yeah. I've also got 3 books on Amazon to help self-employed people. So you can have a look at those as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Just search for Vicki Wilson, and there's 3 books there. One is a VA companion, other one's self-employed companion, and the other one is a trademarking guide to just talk you through the application process. Not in a legal way, but just the application process that needs to be followed. So I'm just sharing my knowledge in another way.
Perfect. Oh, guys, well, if you want to connect, I'll make sure that link is on the video as well. Oh, well, thank you so much for your time today, Vicki. I know it's precious, and I know my audience will love to connect with you, and I can't wait to meet you on October the 10th at the event. And I'm sure everyone will love to meet you there as well, too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.